It's a kind of a paradox. The person who himself is having such a lot of aggressiveness and all that, tries to be very sweet, tries to be very nice with people, just to keep good relations, or we can say the good behavior towards people, so that they pay attention to that person. This is a very subtle thing. They are not even aware about it, that we do such a thing just to make others pay attention to us. That is how we have seen that in these modern times, so many stupid things people do just to attract the attention of others. Most of the facts that had come up in modern times are just to make something stupid so that people should pay attention to them. Of course, the Sahajogis are not like that. But I'm just pointing it out, how in the modern times you have to be very careful that you should not try to attract the attention of others. Instead of that, what you have to do is to pay attention to others in a very subtle way, not with any expectation that if you are paying attention to somebody, that person should pay attention to you. A person who is really in connection with the divine is least bothered about how people pay attention to that person, but automatically the attention of such a person is on others, which is very, very subtle, very subtle. You cannot make out that the attention of such a person is on you, but it works, and it works beautifully. So then when we come to our heart, in the heart resides the spirit, as you know very well. Now when it is the heart which has to work over your brain, and which can work, what becomes of you is nothing but you become a source of love and compassion. A source, I am saying. You do not assert on others. You do not say that I have done so much for you, and what are you doing to me? What is this that I should have so much expressed in so many ways, and here you are forgetting me and not doing anything for me. So the expectation of reward, if it is there, then you must know it's your mind which is giving you these ideas and is working it out that way that you just now put attention to the amount of love the other person has given you for whatever you have given to another person. It's very subtle. So in Sahaja Yoga, you should see now yourself as just a source of love which is just flowing. In that you do not say that you have to have this or that, or you have to achieve this goal, or you have to become that. It's finished now. Once you have become the source, then how can you become something? The thing is, those who are receiving from the source want to have some sort of a reward or some sort of a recognition. In this subtle way, if you move, your mind is very clever. In Sahaja Yoga, we have very clever, intelligent people. But this mind, you have to be very careful. Because this mind can cheat you. So ask your mind, why are you in Sahaja Yoga? What is the purpose of your Sahaja Yoga? Gradually this mind will shut up. And then you have to ask yourself that what is my own desire now. What do I want? What do I want to achieve? Why I am in Sahaja Yoga? If you ask this question, you will see you will just dissolve. You will become thoughtless.